Thanks for staying tuned to your station, the African Independent Television, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. Yes, we are out of the studio once again to bring you this program from another location, another exciting location. Like you can see behind me, we are in the Gambia International Conference Center here in the Gambia. Really, it's an exciting place to be. I'm sure by now you are aware that the 15th Africa Security Watch Awards Conference and Exhibition held recently in the Gambia, and we can't stop reflecting on it, the outcome and the result that came out of it. In reality, I must say that we are very, very, very grateful to the Almighty God for making the event a success. So many people worked together to ensure that this event became a success. Today, one of those young ladies who helped to put the things together in the Gambia, it will be our guest. First time we want to bring her on TV. She has been with Security Watch since 2011, when we held the first edition in the Gambia. She has grown to become a more matured lady, and she has been able to push further to ensure that the event, the 15th edition, was a success. Let me just, before we continue, let me just invite Fatukine Jamanka. Fatukine, come and join us in the studio. Let the world see the young lady that made sure that the program. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good, okay. Yeah, I'll talk more with Fatukine after this report from the Nigerian Army. You know that the Nigerian Army, under the leadership of General T.Y. Buretai, have done so much to ensure that the Army is transformed and positioned to carry out its constitutional responsibility in a professional way. That we can't stop talking about, because when we have the Army perfect, then the society will be much, much protected. And we also will bring you another clips that you will enjoy. For those who have been in the military, we have a former Chief of Defense Staff of the Republic of the Ghana Armed Forces who will come to talk to you about how it is reflecting in the service. But sit back as we bring you this report on the Nigerian Army.
The Nigerian Army, under the leadership of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Yusuf Buratai, has continued to strengthen Nigeria's tie with other armies of the world. General Buratai received in his office a delegation led by Major General David Baldwin, Adjutant General, California National Guard, United States Army. The visit was targeted at building a more robust relationship that existed between the Nigerian Army and the U.S. Army, as both countries have had to tackle the menace of insurgency in recent times. General Buratai, while receiving General Baldwin and his team, appreciated the U.S. Army for their assistance and technical support in ensuring that the Nigerian Army lives up to expectations in Nigeria and in the continent of Africa.
It's my honor and privilege to welcome you, General Baldwin, a friend of mine, and my delegation also. I did mention the areas of collaboration briefly in my office, the areas of the Army aviation, the issue of information operation, and cyber operations as well. These are areas that are quite critical to us these days. We will ensure that we pursue these aspects. The relationship between the Nigerian Army and the U.S. Army has been a long-standing one. It is our desire to strengthen this relationship. The support provided in our counter-operation by the counter-terrorism operation by the U.S. as tremendous. I want to thank you for that. I had the opportunity to discuss one-on-one with the U.S. Chief of Army we've trained already some officers in both flying as well as the technical aspect. We hope we will acquire as much as possible needed facilities for us to start. But with your support, we will also do that very fast.
Earlier, General Baldwin expressed satisfaction with the tie the U.S. Army and Nigerian Army shares. He said his visit was to seek more areas where the U.S. Army could further collaborate with the Nigerian Army to bring to an end some of the security issues Nigeria is faced with as a nation.
The purpose today is to just have a discussion of how we can continue to expand our great partnership. The partnership has been active now for 12 years. I think it's more robust than it's ever been, and we want to explore areas that we can continue to work together and then explore new areas, as we discussed, like with developing an Army aviation program. So we will be ready for a free-flowing discussion about areas that you want to continue to emphasize, and again, any new areas that we want to put more resources into.
General Baldwin later met with directors of training and operations to further strategize in increasing the capacity of officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. That was a report on the visit of a team of the United States of American Army visiting the Chief of Army Staff, working on synergy and collaboration to ensure that the armies of the both nations function professionally, and it's what we need. We need cooperation among sister nations to get it right. Where there is need to learn from each other, then we need whatever equipment or otherwise that is needed. It's encouraged. You know that Nigerian Army had a cell in most international operations, particularly in keeping peace. And I'm sure that the United States of America's Army will want to learn one or two things from them, while the Nigerian Army will also look at how to understand being subjected to democratic rules. And so you see the importance of this visit cannot be overemphasized. Yes, that was on that visit of the Nigerian, but like I told you earlier, we cornered Brigadier General Joseph Nunu Mensah, retired, a one-time Chief of Defense Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces, a one-time head of government, a one-time national security advisor to the Ghana government. Currently, he is the chairman Board of Trustees of Security Watch Africa. We cornered him when the nostalgia of having been in the system, being in the military, came up. Watch this and listen to this interview as we speak. This is fascinating, because really, I know that there will be some memories or nostalgia coming to you now, sitting in this combat vehicle. Can you tell us, how do you feel in this vehicle?
Well, there is the old saying that generals don't die, they fade. I'm fading, but I'm still the general. So it brings you memories of the past when you were on active service. And, you know, I wish I were in a combat uniform, but still, it's great to be with the military. Once a soldier, always a soldier.
Would you say that the military will have today across Africa, particularly the West African region, it's a military that you can say yes, proud of, bearing in mind that they have carried out some intervention operations in most countries, without which there would have been serious crisis in the West region? Would you say you are proud of the military we have currently?
The military have done well. In fact, in a place like Ghana, which I know pretty well, but for the military, Ghana would have fallen apart. Whilst we were falling apart, the military stood together. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, the military ought to have held together. When they fell apart, Nigeria fell apart. So we should learn from lessons of the past and not repeat them. You know, the military are a force of unity, and we shouldn't try to politicize them and destroy them. When we do that, we put all of us in danger. So leave the military out of politics. They know what to do. leave them alone. They are loyal to the politicians who are running the country, but don't involve them in politics. By so doing, you will be endangering the lives of all of us. And these are the lessons we learn from the past and not repeat them into the future.
Okay. Yeah, we have seen. Why I asked that question is that we have seen when there was crisis in Liberia, the military, the West African rallied and ECOMOG was set up. They intervened in Liberia and in Sierra Leone. Today, there is peace in those countries. Recently, there was issue also in Cote d'Ivoire. They intervened. Recently, there was here we are in the Gambia, and there would have been a problem, serious problem. But thank God for the military of the region that came to intervene. You are here in the Gambia. You have seen how beautiful you have. From what you have seen, Gambia is wonderful, it's great. So without this military intervention, how would it have been like?
Unfortunately, I don't believe in war. That is why the army is there, to stop war from starting in the first place. The army is not there to fight war. It's to make sure that war doesn't happen. It's a lesson I've learned that wars don't solve any problem. In fact, they create more problems. You go into the history of the world, the First World War, Second World War, more problems evolve out of the war. So the lesson I have learned over the years is that try to use peaceful means, whether it's Nigeria, whether it's in Ghana, with the Gambia, Cote d'Ivoire, whatever. Cote d'Ivoire, for example, I was advisor to our president at the time. And there was a phrase which I don't know whether you've heard this, coming from our former president, the late president. He said, "Ziwufi Assam," talking about the Ivorian crisis. And he called me once. He said, "Look, General, you are my advisor on military issues. Now we are going to go to war. Our people are meeting in Abuja. Our commanders. What do you say?" I asked him, as a president, do you have a time to spare? So I have a time. Now, let me lecture about war. War doesn't solve a problem. And I took him through warfare since Second World War, the Korean War, the China War, Vietnam War. And I asked him a question, which war has America won since those wars? None. These are wars without end. So if possible, the warfighters mind your own business. Don't go to war in Cote d'Ivoire and create havoc. That time Ghana didn't take part. And I still believe in that. War is a last resort. You don't resort to war on a small argument. You sit down with your enemy, find out, understand him, listen to him, and let's find a peaceful solution. War is a last resort. Don't just jump into war. If you can avoid that, do that.
So dialogue is most
Dialogue is the way forward. So whatever crisis we have today, whether in Senegal, whether in the Gambia, whatever, let's sit down and talk with our opponents and listen to them. Let's listen to each other. The problem now with us and our young people there, you don't understand them. They don't hear us. We have got deaf ears. Let's open our ears and listen to them. Calm down, relax, and listen to them and solve the problem, if possible, through peaceful means. That's my advice to young people of today in Africa and beyond.
Welcome back to your program. We're still here at the Gambia International Conference Center, where we held the 15th Africa Security Watch Award Conference and Exhibition. Yeah, and I'm still here also with the young lady who put together the event. You know, when you get the report or you watch the pictures, the clips, then you get to understand what we're talking about. But Kine,
yes, sir.
I know that you didn't have so much time to working in connection, in collaboration with other people to put this together. But how is it putting this together?
Well, it wasn't easy, but we thank God. The event has been done. The conference was done. The representative from the Gambia government were happy. The minister was around, the Minister of Interior, and he had a very good time. It was educational, it was interactive, and it was a good one.
Yeah, that is talking about the conference, and we were able to get some young Gambians and Sierra Leoneans who put together the report of the conference as part of the reason why, because we are challenged to get young people involved in most of the activities, and you are one of those young people, and that is working to ensure that we get things right. Yes, I know that you know, when Security Watch Africa go to other countries, this is the second time this event has been done in the Gambia. Looking at the first time and this one, which one would you say is much better?
All the time, it keeps getting bigger and bigger and better and better. Yes, from the first time and now, there's a lot of people came, even more than the first time, and we thank God.
Okay, yeah, you see, you know, because there's need, security and safety it's something that everybody must get into. So it's an interest that everybody must support. And like she said, it's getting better and better. More awareness is being generated, and more people are being part of Security Watch. Like we always say, Security Watch Africa is an international brand, is an African brand, is a product for Africa, out of Africa to the world. Because like we always say, we believe that Africa has the solution to its problems. We don't need anybody to give us solution. All we just need is their support and collaboration. And when we put our heads together, then we can move mountains. That really was some of the resolution from the conference that was done. But we moved away from the conference, not only the conference, we went into the award, but sit back as we bring you the report or the package on the conference, the 15th Africa Security Watch Africa conference that held here in the Gambia.
The highly anticipated African Security Watch Awards Conference and exhibition, scheduled to be hosted in the Gambia from the 13th through 15th November 2018, was indeed an event full of glamour and lots of excitement. Gambia 2018 will forever remain fresh in the heart and minds of the attendees, and especially award recipients who gathered at Labranda Coral Beach Resort and Spa, Banjul, the Gambia. They were treated to the hospitality and warm embrace of the Gambian people.
Talking about right now.
The event was a gathering of men and women who have served the continent of Africa, ensuring that despite many threats to life, unity and peace of the people by misguided countrymen, still peace is enshrined. The auditorium was filled by heads of government, security chiefs, traditional rulers, individuals and organizations who have contributed in no small measure to the security of their country and Africa in general. Recipients of this year's Africa Security Watch Awards are from the host country, Gambia, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Senegal, and some other African countries. It was an opportunity for the host country to showcase their rich culture.
Of the Gambia. Ladies and gentlemen, it will not be fair of our
a multi-award winning designer. Language could be a barrier, but fashion.
The Executive Governor of Abia State, Nigeria, Dr. Okezie Victor Ikpeazu, who delivered the awards lecture, used the platform to emphasize on the need to keep the youth meaningfully engaged and stressed that the various governments in Africa should do all in its ability to harness both the human and material resources in the environment, using the Abia experience as a model.
It to be a relationship between whatever is capable of arresting economic development and the concomitants of economic development, which include unemployment, destruction, distress, and so on and so forth. So the failure of economic growth in most developing and developed countries of Africa and Latin America has their roots on the level of insecurity, which has led to unemployment, poverty, disease, hunger, illiteracy, crimes, and at times war in our sub-region. Development, therefore, is a multifaceted phenomenon, and it is man-centered. It is a process of empowering people to maximize their potential and develop the knowledge capacity to exploit nature to meet their daily demands. By marketing and producing, and by marketing and insisting on our voice, or our using what our voice produce, we have solved most of those problems that were seemingly insurmountable when we came. So today, power has come, automation has come, the psyche of my voice is returning, and as I came to Gambia today, I came with a tailor, I also came with a shoemaker, and we took to the Ministry of Interior today samples of military boots, which, if they are good enough for the Nigerian military, I think the Gambian military can also wear them. So I am proud to stand before you today to say that our target by 2015, by 2019, 2020 is to achieve uninterrupted power and put not 1 million people, but 2 million people doing shoes and doing garments in Aba for all of Africa and all of the world.
High points of the occasion was the presentation of awards in various categories to deserving recipients who came out in their own style to receive these prestigious crystal trophies to the admiration of those present. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Banjul, the Gambia.
Yeah, welcome back. I'm sure you must have seen the glaze, the glamour, of the award ceremony where we honored those distinguished Africans, those excellent Africans who have done so much to protect you and I. You know, this total package, we have so many people that work together. There is the young man who co-hosted the event, the Gambian, Danny Constance, and you saw Nigerian's pride also, Stephanie Isuma, who co-hosted with Danny. Then the total production, technical production, and the set designs and everything was handled also by a Nigerian who is in Gambia. I'm talking about Kenny. In fact, to us, he's already a Gambian. So you can see that when the young people put heads together, so much can be achieved. Yes, Fatikune, let's talk about why is it that so many people love to come to the Gambia? As we speak, there's so many people from all walks, all the world, parts of the world in the Gambia. Why is it so?
Gambia is also called the smiling coast of Africa.
Okay.
And there's a reason why that is. Gambian people are loving, they are nice people, they are very accommodating, they don't discriminate. We celebrate Christmas together, like we are all Christians, and when it's the Muslim Eid, we celebrate everything together. So Gambians are one, and that's why it is called the smiling coast of Africa.
And that is so you want to tell me that there is security in the Gambia?
Gambia is very secure. That is why you see so many people. It's a tourist season right now, and as you can see in the hotel and the surroundings in Gambia, everywhere is full of white people. And there's a reason why they're here. If they're not secured, and if the place wasn't this secured, they wouldn't be here.
Okay. Yes, I think when next we'll be talking with Fatikune and her team in the Gambia, we'll be finding out what is the involvement of the young Gambians in decision making and how creative they are, because there's need to look at what that is all about. But really, we must leave other programs to continue. I wish we could continue on, but we must leave now. It's been a pleasure having you on screen. I know to get you to be on this screen was a hell lot of work by Ernest. Ernest had to force you to be on screen. He didn't want to be on screen, but I'm sure you can. You're happy you're on screen.
I am.
Okay. Yeah. On that note, we must sign off now for that programs to continue. Thanks for staying tuned. Join us again next week so that we can give you another information that you need to keep your life safe and secure. Bye for now.